YujiaoLand is, in my humble opinion, one of the great conversion kit companies out there right now. It has transcended from Infinite Dimensions and Anchoret. Those two companies have disappeared, not disappeared, but have transferred all their work and moved towards YujiaoLand. And honestly, this is a great move. Anywhere in the box, there's really no clear sign that this is an Anchoret kit. So this leads me to believe this is fully worked on by YujiaoLand, and there's no work whatsoever from Anchoret. Looking at the box, it's ginormous. Its thickness is about the same, and looking here, width a little shorter, but the height near identical. Now, of course, because this is a high new conversion kit, you will need this master grade, not conversion kit, sorry. And this is a pretty pricey kit. Altogether, this is about $70, and this is $175 before shipping. After shipping, you're looking at $200, $220. Recommend getting expedited, because due to COVID-19, you're not getting your kit if you're cheaping out on shipping. Please do yourself a favor, get expedited. I basically pre-ordered a Fortune Meow Dynamis kit, and that is nowhere to be seen. And if you're one of the few that pre-ordered this kit from Musajin Hobby, you're basically shit out of luck right now. They're not shipping anything, and they're likely not receiving this anytime soon. But at least you're getting your kit, right? Now, moving on, let's focus on the conversion kit itself. Looking at the presentation of this box, you can tell it's very premium and high-end. This is very obvious if you've already purchased many kits from Anchoret or Infinite Dimensions. They take so much care and effort into the box because it kind of matters. Not really, in my humble opinion, but if you think packaging is nice, then this would be one of the best, if I could say so myself. I bought a conversion kit from Model Bingo, and that one's pretty bland. Inside that sleeve, you get the actual kit. This is basically a shoebox, I swear. They spent so much money into packaging. You can tell this company is pretty legit. And looking into the box, you get another sleeve protecting the parts. And judging from it, it's a full body shot of the prototype mobile suit that they built. Now, I've already opened the packages to check for missing parts and whatnot, but let's go over the first thing we see. These decals here are pretty garbage. Not that they're garbage, they're pre-cut, they're pretty nice, but these are just the generic water slides that they offer in many of their kits. If you're gonna put decals in this, it's pretty obvious you're gonna use something like this, the Bandai's OEM decals. With this model kit, you're not gonna use any of these because the fin funnels are gonna be different. For the body, because the parts are going to be different, you're going to have to figure out where these are going to go on the new conversion kit, but that shouldn't be too difficult. These stickers definitely aren't going on anytime soon. When you open this model kit, the first thing you're going to see is that half of the box is going to contain plastic, and this is for the fin funnels. I think a lot of other conversion kit companies have designed their fin funnels out of resin, and that has led to a lot of weight problems I've never built any of the other ones, so I can't confirm that to be true or not. But these are pretty crisp. And from what I've seen on the internet, YujiaoLand said you can put this in the regular new configuration, so I'm led to believe they're gonna reuse these for maybe a new Gundam. Who knows? You're greeted with metal parts, thrusters. These are gonna replace the plastic ones that come from the Bandai kit, and these are just pretty small detail parts. Instruction manual, that next, and also of course the resin parts. These are very, very well casted. According to YujiaoLand, there are about 412 resin parts, 84 plastic, and 11 metal parts. So this kit is pretty hefty by itself, and that's not including the Bandai inner frame that's being used. Here are some detail looks. I don't know if it's from the seller or the manufacturer, but they have inspected this model kit and I've gave it a pass. Still, you gotta look for all the parts to see if anything's damaged or missing. The instruction manual is 98 pages long. It's a really thick magazine in my opinion. Paper is of high quality if anyone cares. And yeah, it feels nice too. This is in stark contrast to Bandai's instruction manual of 25 pages, although most of theirs are real instructions. I'll get to that in a bit. In the first page of the booklet, you're greeted with the color guide. Here they use 23 colors, all of which are from Anchoret themselves. Now I've tried to buy these by themselves, but I've had major issue trying to get these sourced out. Musujin Hobby has some of these, but it appears that they're all sold out. Instead, I'll just be using Gaia Notes lacquer paints. Blue, well, cobalt blue, semi-gloss white, Nazca Frost Matte Black. I'm going to be using this to mix with this gloss white to create multiple shades of gray and multiple shades of this cobalt. This is the official name of the color that Anchoret recommends you use. It appears that it matches the color that they want. In the instruction manual, they ask you use 3 different types of blue, all of which are individual colors sold by Anchoret, and they tell you here where it belongs. There are 5 shades of white, 5 miscellaneous colors: red, yellow, silver, gold, and green, 10 shades of gray, and that should be it. Next off, you're greeted with a really nice photo gallery of the chest and all the body parts fully painted. This is a great way to reference their work and figure out where to paint. Generally, you can paint whatever color you want in which section, but I'm just gonna go with their guide. It's gonna be easier that way for me. With many resin kits, it's already assumed that you've gained the skills and knowledge to build these kits. It's not as simple as snap fitting, and these kits require some kind of modification. Here they tell you the types of tools you would want to use. So you have some files, sanding files, and a couple of chisels of varying length in millimeters. They tell you here they recommend chiseling panel lines. This is because of either manufacturing process, or the inability of creating panel lines themselves. Here is a fin funnel fully painted for reference. Next up, they show you how the fin funnel can be modified so it could slide easier. In my opinion, I'm not going to do any of that gimmick. I'm just going to leave it attached to its wing. Next up, they show you how to drill holes using a pin vise. They recommend 1.9 millimeters for the Vulcans on the head. They don't show you a full detail, but they expect you do it here. Also, a really simple modification guide for metal thrusters. Pretty easy if you know how to do this, but for beginners, it might be a little confusing. Due to the nature of resin and how heavy it is once fully built, this model kit has a hard time standing up apparently. They recommend gluing certain areas and modifying specific parts so it doesn't fall. Due to the fact that they added a couple of centimeters to this model kit, it's going to be taller. For reference, it will be taller than a standard Sazabi Verka without any conversion kit. You can modify their parts given to you to specific tolerances. Next up is a guide for all the parts you're going to have to cut. They label here the before and after. This is, for example, labeled in red, where you cut and sand down to be smooth, and this is going to be the final product. Now finally, after about 65 pages, you've now reached the instruction manual, the actual guide where you construct the model kit together. This is a little bit confusing for the most part, because they don't tell you which parts goes first, and they just tell you parts go here, and the rest you have to figure out on your own. There's a little bit of guides on telling you where to modify, but it's as basic as it is. You're likely to spend most of your time referring to the Bandai model kit instruction manual. Quick note, this is part B10 for the chest. When I was inspecting the part, I noticed that I couldn't find the original one in the booklet. Here in the booklet, this is part B10. What you'll notice is that there's like this T-shape here. In the actual part, this notch has been removed, and they've opted for a solid design. Now I've contacted YujiaoLand, and they've stated that in the middle of the production cycle they realized this part is not great and has stability problems, so they opted for the newer design. Just something to note, this could happen in the entire kit by itself, and when you're spending $170, these kind of mistakes shouldn't exist, let alone exist in the first place. After announcing the full conversion kit being released, they just released this video. Heavy weapon system teaser. I hope your wallet's prepared. I'm humbly thankful you guys watch, and thank you for joining.